Hello, my most amazing artist, or should I say magical artist, because it's Wizard Week and I'm so excited. We are kicking off Wizard Week with wizard self-portraits. Now you can draw yourself as a wizard, but I'll also be showing you how to draw Merlin the wizard. He was the one famous for the long beard, and of course everybody's favorite wizard, Harry Potter. So if you're thinking that you want to draw one of those kinds, I'm going to show you all three. But before I do, let's say our art class catchphrase. I make messes. I make mistakes. But deep inside, I got what it takes. I am an artist. Big shout out to our sponsors. Thank you, Ticonderoga, for providing us with the best paper. I'm actually using Pagan mixed media paper, and my favorite markers are by Praying. We're going to do a really cool trick today where we're painting with markers. Those markers are by Praying. Ticonderoga makes those markers. So thank you so much for not only sponsoring, but also making amazing art supplies for us to use. Woo, and speaking of art, do you guys have a mountain of artwork that you've created hanging around your house? I'm currently surrounded by stacks of artwork. Did you know that there's a website called Art to Remember where you can take photographs with your phone of your artwork, upload it onto their website for free, and have your own art gallery that you can share with friends and family all over the world? And the cool thing is then you can get your artwork printed on a whole bunch of different items for you to share or to keep forever. Thanks, Art to Remember, for helping us remember the masterpieces that we make. All right, here's the supplies you're going to need today. We're going to be making wizard self-portraits. So like I said, there's Merlin, there's a selfie, and there's everybody's favorite Harry. So we've got paper that we'll need, maybe a permanent marker for drawing or a pencil if you don't have a permanent marker. You'll need crayons for coloring, markers to do this cool trick that we're going to do, a cup of water, and a paintbrush. We are going to be using the elements of art today. The elements of art are line, shape, color, baby, color, form, value, texture, what is that, and space. Before we start, pinkies out, friends. I pinky promise that I will do my best. I will keep a positive attitude, and I will finish what I start. I need to work on that one. All right, everybody, grab your stuff. Let's get started. Let's draw ourselves as a wizard. Now, you can go about drawing yourself as a wizard any way you like, or you can follow along with me. I'm going to be showing you a couple of different ways. I'll be doing this good-looking wizard over here and this bearded wizard over here. But if you're going for a different kind of wizard, like that slightly famous one with a little zigzag on top of his forehead, don't you worry. I'll show you how to do that too. So let's get started by grabbing a piece of paper and a pencil, maybe an eraser, or if you want to, you can just dive right in like me with a marker. If you decide to draw with a marker, please make sure that it's a permanent marker. Later on, we'll be doing a little bit of a trick with some water. That trick will only work if your drawing is permanent and the colors on the outside are what's called a water-based marker. All right, so to begin, I'm going to start by finding the middle of my paper. So I'm going to start in a very similar way for both wizards. So I'm looking for the middle of my paper, and then I want to make glasses for my wizard. You don't have to, but I want to make glasses, and I want to make them really big with a big circle. So near the middle of the paper, I'm drawing a circle with my finger so I can kind of figure out that size. When I have the size figured out, I'll go ahead and draw it slowly and carefully. The geometric shape known as a circle. There we go. Now, if you want to make the glasses a little bit thicker, then you can just add another line if you have a thick marker like me, or you could add a smaller circle on the inside and color it in. All right, an instant replay, finding the middle, Then next to my finger in the middle, I'm drawing a pretty large circle that will be for the glasses. If I want to thicken it, I can draw another circle on the inside and then color that in. Now I'm going to repeat these steps right next to my first circle. I'm going to leave a little space right here for that bridge of the glasses and draw another circle right about there. So let's see. Maybe trace it a couple of times with your finger first. Keep an eye on that circle so you can try to get them in the similar size, but you know what? If they're not perfect, that is okay. Neither am I, neither are you, neither are a wizard's glasses. All right, so now that I've got my two circles, I can go ahead and connect. There we go. Awesome. All right, I'm repeating the steps here, leaving a little space, drawing another circle that's about the same size as the first one. If it's too big, then my smaller circle will go on the inside. If it's too small, then I'll put my big circle on the outside. Let's see, I think I'll just go ahead and draw it right inside and add a little bit of color and connect. Awesome. Our next step now is to add the eyes. You can draw your eyes any way you like. Maybe the eyes are oval shaped, and I'm just going to draw the pupil, the little black spot in the center of the eye that you see with. I always like to add a little highlight to show the reflection of light bouncing off of the eye or the pupil. Add that right there. You draw yours any way you like. Maybe on this one, I'll go with a circle, the geometric shape of a circle. Could even try adding 2 highlights if you're feeling a little fancy. All right, and if you want to, you could always add eyelashes. Eyelashes protect your eyes. They keep the dust and the dirt out. You don't have to, just a thought. All right, now the nose. I don't have a lot of space for a nose right here, so my favorite kind of nose to draw, and this kind of drawing is just a tiny little letter U that's flipped upside down. If you have a different way to draw your nose, go for it. I'm going to open up the mouth of my wizard. I'm going to draw a straight line right under the nose. He looks very meh, which reminds me, you could totally leave the mouth just like that. This wizard has had it. It's over it. Or you could open the mouth with a nice big letter U. Maybe this one is a really long letter U. This wizard's very excited. If you want to, you could add some teeth and maybe even a bump and a bump for a tongue. I'm gonna color in this part right there. All right, so maybe on this one, she's gonna be missing some teeth. I'll show you how I do that. I'm gonna use one curve for her tongue to show that maybe she's missing some teeth or she has a cute little gap in her teeth. I'll just color one away. There we go. Now, if this is that wizard who resides at Hogwarts, now is the time for you to just follow along on here because I'm not going to be adding a beard to this one. So if you want a beard, you'll want to hang with me here. No beard, draw along with me here. All right, let's go ahead and start with where we want the chin to go here. So I know that I have to make space for the wizard's body, so I know I want the chin right about there. Boop. And then I'm going to make a curve that goes down, touches that little mark, and goes back up. It's like a large letter U. So I'm starting here, going to go down. I'm keeping my eye on that spot so I can make it there. Beep. There we go. And now I'm going to go up over to the other side. So I'm going to drag my hand up and over. Now, if you are making Harry Potter, you could always add your little lightning bolt there. I'm going to add ears, one here and one there. All right, now on this wizard has a big beard. So what I'm going to do here is a little something different. On the side of the glasses, I'm making a curved line like the letter C. Now you could make the curved line very long. You could make the curve coming down long, or you could make it kind of short. It's up to you. I kind of went with medium. Okay, and next up, I'm gonna add some eyebrows to show how my wizard is feeling. There we go. You know, on this wizard, I need to draw 2 lines that show that the glasses have legs. Did you know that that's what that's called? The legs of the glasses going back. Now let's take a little break from the face and go ahead and work on the wizard's hat. So for this step, I'm going to be making a line that stretches from here all the way over to there. So I'm going to put a little mark here next to the head. I'll put a little mark here next to I said next to the head. I mean next to the edge of the paper. There we go. Now with my finger, I'm going to make a curved, not curvy, a curved line that goes above the head and goes down. It's almost like a horizontal line. It just has a slight arch in it for the brim of my hat. Oh, Marga, somebody had beans for dinner. All right, next up, I'm going to add a slight curved line that arches above that a little bit. Check this out. It's going to go up, but not far. It's going to go over and then come back down, creating a point right there. All right, let's go ahead and do the same thing on this guy. Polka dot, arched line, and one that comes up just a little bit, goes over and down. Sweet. Now let's figure out where we want the top of our wizard's hat to be. I didn't leave a ton of space, but that's perfect because I can make the hat look kind of crunched and worn. I think this guy's gonna have the top of his hat maybe be over here. For her, I think I'll put the top of her hat right there. So I'm going to do this next. Do you see my glasses here? I need to draw the side of my wizard's head, going up to the hat. Whoop. And now from here, I hopped over that brim. I'm going to make kind of like a crookedy, ziggity, zaggity line. A crookedy, ziggity, zaggity line. And now I'll do the same-ish thing on the other side. I need to draw the side of my wizard's head. Boop. Now I could start here, but I think I'm gonna start over here a little bit. And I have to make it up to that point. Oh, I missed it. That's okay. Connect. Great, look how worn and beat up my wizard's hat looks. Now what I should probably do is add the back of the hat. So starting here, I'll come back. Now it looks like the hat is on his head. Yay. If you want to, you can now take a moment to decorate your wizard's hat while you wait for us to catch up over here. So I kind of need to do the same thing there where I stretch these lines up a little bit, hop over this hat, and maybe this one isn't nearly as crinkly. I think I'm just gonna take it over a little further. Starting here. Oh, awesome. Okay, now we can start to decorate. I like to make stars like this. I make a small A, and then I continue making those angles about the same size. I do that 5 times to make my star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might know another way. Do whatever way is easier. You could even add spirals or other decorations to your wizard's hat. So I'm going to take a break from decorating this hat. I might want to add even a couple of cheeks. You don't have to. Now what I want to do is start to work on my wizard's body. Let's work on that, and then we'll circle back and add some hair up here. Now, if you want to turn this wizard into Harry Potter, then think about what you could add to really make it look more like Harry. Well, what I think of right away is the tiny little lightning bolt that you could add coming out from the hat. See if I can get mine a little bit better. There we go. And then I can start to add the hair. So sometimes Harry's hair is kind of hairy. So I'm going to draw kind of a zigzag line coming down from the top of the hat, ending at the side of his face, starting at the top of the hat, ending at the side of the face. There we go. Now, if you want to draw your hair differently, maybe you're doing a self-portrait and you have hair that's a little bit longer, or you want to draw that you have pigtails or ponytails, straight hair, wavy hair, now's the time. Once you've got your hair on there, let's go ahead and then make sure Harry's head is in the hat. So to do that, I'm going to start here, come over to his hair. Start here, come over to the hair. There we go. And again, if you want to decorate the hat or not, it's up to you. You get to decide. It sometimes helps to practice drawing stars or spirals on a piece of scrap paper first, if that's what you decide you want to add until you have the hang of it. Now let's work on your robe. I'm going to draw a simple robe shaped like this. So to start, I'm going to start next to the side of the face and have the line come down. Now it depends how long you want your robe to be. Ooh, I made him a little skinny. He's going to be a skinny little wizard. And maybe I'll do another line on the other side. So on the side of the face, drawing another line. Notice I didn't go all the way to the bottom of my paper. And then I'm going to connect. Now on this wizard, I'm going to draw some little pointy feet sticking out. Let me show you how I'm going to do it, and then you can decide if you want to. Straight line that's short, straight line that's a little longer. Then from the short line, I'm going to make a diagonal that goes out and goes back to the long line. So making a diagonal that goes out. Ooh, he's got big feet. And then back. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Long, short, out, back. Now I'm going to close this one, and let's say for this one I don't want pointy feet, I just want little tiny feet sticking out, like as if Harry's got tiny little feet poking out from underneath his robe. So for that I could just draw 2-letter U's. Now I can think about the sleeves and his arms and maybe the wand that he's holding, or she if you're making your girl wizard. I'm going to start here, make a line that goes out and out like little stick arms, but we would never just leave them like stick arms. No, we are artists. They're very happy. Hooray! Now I'm going to make a line that comes down. This big long line is going to be the opening of the sleeve. So I'm making a nice long line that comes down for the opening of the sleeve. And I want this sleeve to be something called a bell sleeve. So to do that, I'm going to have my line go back up, back, in, and up. And now I'm going to add a hand with just a circle, keeping it simple. Just a circle. The hand is closed or clenched because maybe you want to add your wand. Now, if I'm going too fast, just hit the pause button. I'm going to go ahead and start here at the hand and curve down to the end of the sleeve to make the opening of the sleeve. This wizard's finished. If you want to add more decorations now, you can. While I finish up this one, add another star over there. There we go. So this is the same thing. A line that comes down, back in, a line that comes down, back in, hand, maybe this hand is holding the wand, and then add the bell sleeve or the opening of the sleeve. Sweet! Now that you're all finished, you can color. I'm going to be coloring my wizard in with crayons, and you could use crayons, you could use color pencils. For what we're going to be doing with a little bit of marker magic, I wouldn't use markers. Okay, I've already colored one Harry. I'll show him that one in just a moment. But for now, I'm going to work on coloring this wizard. Now, to turn my marker into paint, I'm going to begin with 2 colors. And I really like using orange and yellow for this. But if you don't want to use these 2 colors, here's how you can pick 2 colors that will do a really good job. And you're going to be using those two colors to outline or go around the edges of your wizard. You'll probably want to use two colors that are either warm colors or two colors that are either cool colors. Here's why: the colors are going to mix when you add the water. You want to make sure to pick two colors that mix really well together. You don't want two colors that when they mix, they create a muddy or murky color. So here's how you can use the correct colors that'll make a beautiful painting. So I'm using the warm colors, not all three of them, just two. You could use all three if you wanted to. The warm colors are the first three colors in the rainbow. That would be red, orange, and yellow. I could use all three. I'm just using two. If you wanted to use the cool colors, they are green, blue, and purple. So you could pick two warm colors, red, orange, or yellow, or two cool colors. Notice when I'm coloring, I'm not just doing one solid line like this. I'm actually coloring back and forth as I outline. Why I'm doing that is because I'm building up a nice layer of marker, and that marker is what's going to become my paint. When you're finished with one color, then you can outline with your other color. And then you'll just need a paintbrush and some water. So I'm going to go ahead and add my second color of yellow, and I'll do it the same way of just kind of coloring around the edges, making sure not to just add one line, but really kind of color it in. You could even color with like a zigzag like I'm doing. You're building up enough color so when you add water, your trick will work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. Then I'll grab my cup of water and a paintbrush. You don't need anything special. You won't need paint. This is how you can paint without any paint. It's a pretty cool trick. Okay, I'm ready. When you do this trick, the key is to let it sit for a little while when you're finished, just to make sure that the water does its trick. So I've got my water and my paintbrush, and I'm going to paint right on top of that marker. Now this is why it was really important that we use a permanent black marker. We don't want the permanent black marker to become paint. We want it to stay put. And now I can see that as I start on my marker and add water, it's becoming a paint. And I can grab it. I'm massaging my watery brush into that marker to kind of wake it up, grab it and paint it towards the edge of my paper, making my wizard look like it's glowing. How cool is that? So I'm just gonna keep going all the way around the edges. I know that your wizard turned out amazing. And now you know how to make a couple of different kinds of wizards, right? An imagined wizard, a Harry Potter inspired wizard, a Merlin style with a big beard, a self-portrait wizard. For your self-portrait one, you could have even looked in the mirror to really look at that good-looking kid in the mirror. That'd be you. That'd be you. And draw what you see. Now, if you did make up your own wizard, you have to come up with your wizard name. How could you come up with your own wizard name? And what are your wizardy powers? How could you use your awesome wizardy powers for good? Because I know that you are good. So be thinking about that as you're painting. It's always fun to come up with a story as you're creating your artwork. I'm all finished. Here's what a couple other of my wizards look like. There's this one and that one. If you guys had fun, don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe. More videos are added almost every single day. Have fun!